No problem.
We are back live here on Music Cap, and we have a tremendous guest joining us today here on our big broadcast. I am going to get the heck out of the way and let the people with talent talk. Go ahead and give us a brief introduction on yourself, my friend. Tell us a bit about yourself here on Music Cap.
Sure, thank you. I'm James Thomas. I'm one half of the duo Oui Plastique. The other guy, Martin Nyrup, actually lives in a different country from me. We have a very modern relationship. We work from different countries. He lives in Denmark and I live in Italy. We're an electronic music duo, and we've just released our debut album, Fraternity of Strangers, last week. So that's very exciting for us. It's great to be on the show. Thank you so much.
How do we find you guys on social media and the websites and everything?
Okay, well, we have a presence on social media on Facebook. If you search for Oui Plastique, it's a French spelling, so O-U-I, and then the second word plastique, which is P-L-A-S-T-I-Q-U-E.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So tell me a little bit about your musical heroes and influences.
Okay, so I really like a lot of rock bands, but out of the electronic side, Nine Inch Nails and Trent Reznor is a big influence for me. I also love Depeche Mode and bands like that. They're a strong influence on what type of music I make now. But as I say, my history really with rock music, and I love bands like Deftones, Korn, Jane's Addiction, these type of bands.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. So you guys have been able to put together some amazing, amazing music. Tell us about the latest album.
Okay, so the latest album, well, it's actually our debut album. It's called Fraternity of Strangers, and we have 11 tracks on there. And as I say, we live in different countries, so we work remotely. And basically the way it works is that Martin writes the majority of the music, and he sends it to me over the internet. And I write vocals and have suggestions for improving the music and maybe add a few synth parts or guitar parts on the top and send it back to him. And he does the majority of the production. So for the last, I'd say, about 18 months, we've been working on this record. And we're really excited to finally get it out. It came out on CD on the 28th of January, and the MP3 version will be available online within the next 3 weeks. I think it comes out in about 2 or 3 weeks. It's very exciting for us.
Fantastic. Fantastic. It is Oui Plastique with us today. Join us live here on the big broadcast. And so how did you guys get together? Tell me a little bit about how you guys got together as a group.
Okay, that's a really good question. Basically, I have my own project, which is called DVL, and Martin has his own project as well, which is called Capacity. And we go in the same kind of musical scene, basically. So we were getting our music played on the same kind of radio station. So this is kind of how we first heard of each other. And I think it was in about 2017 that Martin heard one of my tracks and he really liked it. So he contacted me and asked me if I would, do some vocals or work with him in some way on some kind of music. And so basically what happened was I agreed because I love Capacity. His group is absolutely amazing. And we decided to do a collaborative album. So it was released under the name of Capacity and DVL. And it was called Convergence, and that came out about 4 years ago now, I think. And we really loved that. It came together so easily. And even though we were so far away in terms of distance from each other, we worked together really well. And after that came out, we had a decision to make. So was it going to be a one-off, or were we going to continue? And we thought, why not continue? And so we decided to create our own project. Instead of having the two projects collaborating, as it were, we decided to make our own project, Oui Plastique. And so basically we wrote our new album, Fraternity of Strangers, and here we are today.
So how would you categorize your music? Are you guys a pop or an EDM, or how would you categorize your music?
That's a good question as well. It's kind of difficult to categorize your own music, but I would say probably the closest thing is to maybe synth pop, maybe. but it doesn't really sound like a lot of the synth pop you hear. It's kind of, it's a little melancholy, it's a little emotional, but it's very song-based and very melodic, and so this is obviously an important thing to us. But I suppose when you categorize your music in any way, then it doesn't mean that you're the same or similar to a lot of the other bands that are out there in the same category, and that's the way we feel. Yeah.
Fantastic. Oui Plastique with us today. They join us live here in our broadcast. So we are going to play Sanctuary here in just a few moments. Tell me a little bit about this track.
Yeah, Sanctuary is one of my favourite tracks. It was one of the first ones that we wrote for the album. It came together really easily. Martin wrote the music for that, and I wrote the vocals and contributed a little bit of the arrangements type thing. But yeah, it's one of my favourite songs, and we did actually release that track as a single, so it's a strong song in my opinion.
That's awesome. Well, we are going to do this. I'm going to place you on hold here on Skype. We are going to play this track and be back here on our big broadcast. It is Oui Plastique. James Thomas with us today, and it is Sanctuary, and it's here on Music-Cap.
Single day, but I don't care. No way. Seeing the truth you wait for, it won't save. It's okay. There's no time to fall apart. You face the fear with me. Trying to raise the sympathy. No sense in leaving out the failure of the prey. Living in the rapture of the end. And I've waited too long for it, so I won't refrain, and I don't have to. Sympathy. No sense in leaving out the failure of the free. Living in the rapture of the end. And I've waited too long for it, so I won't refrain, and I don't have to take.
Oui Plastique here on Music Cap. Thanks for joining us here on our big program. Just an amazing, amazing collection of music, and Oui Plastique joins us back here on our big broadcast, and you can join us each and every week here on 990 WBOB as we do the show live, and Oui Plastique is going to be back with us here in just a few moments. And so, James, that track, incredible. Tell me a little bit about how we can get you guys on social media. Where is the best spot to find you guys?
Okay, we have a Facebook page. If you just search for Oui Plastique, we also are on Instagram and Twitter as well. So if you just search for Oui Plastique, it should be easy to find.
We have got a great guest with us today, joining us here on Music Cap, Oui Plastique. And we're getting ready for the Sunday radio show here on 990 WBOB. And one of our guests has arrived, and James, I just don't even know what to say, my friend, joining us on Skype. It is Cluck the Clown. There he is.
Oh, wow.
So Oui Plastique, you guys are on social media. You're doing all sorts of things. This next track that we are going to hear from you is pretty damn amazing. You've put a lot of time and effort into your writing. Tell me about Impulse. We're going to play this here in a few moments.
Yeah, Impulse is an interesting track because it's one of the very few tracks that I actually wrote the majority of music for. Most of the time, Martin writes the music, as I said earlier, and I contribute the vocals and things. But I actually came up with this one originally myself. But Martin added a lot when we went through the production phase, and also in terms of the structure of the song itself. And it's track number 5 off the latest album, which is Fraternity of Strangers on ScentAir Records, out now.
Fantastic. Well, we are going to go to this, and when we come back, we have got more coming up with Oui Plastique here on Music Cap.
Don't say I'm crawling again, allergic to versions of me. So reticent to visit the scene. Imagine the place I could be. So let's sink into the medicine. Everything's erased. Don't wanna resurrect your heart. No one has an answer the way you want to. Don't seem to have a place for you. Surrendering to all that's within. Assemble the limits of faith. A silly man, a fragile intent, a tragic emotional sin. I'll bring it all back to the fantasy. And waste away with all my bandages. Everything's erased. Don't wanna resurrect your heart. No one
minute.
We've got an incredible new marketing partner with us today at Transmedia Worldwide. These folks are absolutely amazing. Okay, we are going to go back live to, it is Music Cap, and we are going to go back live to Oui Plastique. They are apparently from France. So James Thomas back with us. And James, Oui Plastique. You are you from France and the Netherlands, or is that where your partner in writing is based?
That's a good question as well, James. No, actually, we're not. Neither of us,
because Oui Plastique is spelled the French way.
Yes,
but talking French. To you, you're clearly not French.
No, absolutely. I'm English and I live in Italy, and Martin is Danish and lives in Denmark.
He's Danish and lives in Denmark. That's fantastic.
A French name, you know.
Well, you guys have quite the music here.
Thank you.
Before we let you go, how do we find you guys and buy your music? Because we want to send people over to where you are.
I really appreciate that. As I said, the CD is available now, and you can buy it online. And the digital download will come out on all major platforms on the 25th of February. Fantastic. So it'll be available if you want to download it then.
Fantastic. Well, you are amazing. This music is fantastic. And
Thank you.
I appreciate you joining us today. Thanks for being on Music Cap, and we will